the sample in these specific rooms in hospitals under so much stress and embarrassment. So we wanted to come up with a technology to enable home-based male infertility screening.
Yep, no more anxious, awkward waiting around while someone counts your sperm. Now all you need is your smartphone right in the palm of your hand. New technology may make it easier for couples trying to have a baby. Smartphones could soon measure a man's fertility. It's true. Here's producer John Burnley.
Who would have ever thought smartphones would become such an integral part of our everyday lives? They've gone far beyond simply taking pictures and sending text messages, not to mention, shudder to think, actually making a phone call. Literally, every day some genius is finding a solution to a problem we didn't even know we had, inventing an app for it, and saving humanity in the process. And it all fits in the palm of your hand. If you can imagine it, someone, somewhere, is more than likely working tirelessly to see that concept become reality. In fact, researchers at Brigham and Women's Hospital in Boston are using smartphones in their lab. They're testing technology that could help millions of men struggling with infertility.
I think this device can be as simple as home pregnancy test for women.
The technology uses an attachment that connects to a cell phone and a disposable microchip. The patient then runs an app to measure the concentration and movement of the sperm sample. A new study looked at 350 samples and found it delivers precise results.
This smartphone-based semen analyzer can identify abnormal semen samples with 98% accuracy.
Any previous history of samples can also be stored in the phone. Doctors hope this option will someday make fertility testing for men a much easier and less awkward experience.
They have to provide the sample in these specific rooms in hospitals under so much stress and embarrassment. So we wanted to come up with a technology to enable home-based male infertility screening.
It could be some time before men could put the technology to use. Researchers plan additional testing and then will file for FDA approval. For The Edge, I'm producer John Burnley.
Thank you, John. An undocumented mother of 12 is fighting deportation tonight, and she's getting help from the Mexican consulate in McAllen. She's one of hundreds across the country targeted in renewed federal efforts to crack down on criminal aliens. Our border correspondent, Oscar Margain, has a closer look at this mother's unique case.
Norma Roman tries to keep herself and her children busy these days. The mother of 12 helps with their homework to take their minds off a grim reality, the possible separation from their mother.
Dios quiera lo que suceda y esperamos en la mano de Dios lo que él quiera.
All of Norma's children were born here in the U.S. Norma says that she's placing her faith in God and in her attorney. She currently has an order of removal by Immigration and Customs Enforcement after multiple run-ins with the law. In 2011, Norma overstayed her visa and left the country only to be smuggled back days later. Then in September, Norma was arrested for taking an extra $5,000 in food stamps. Norma claims she didn't know she wasn't supposed to receive them. She says she spent 36 days in jail and paid back the money. But with limited resources to fight deportation, the 39-year-old turned to the Mexican consulate for help.
From the resources that we have for them.
Consul Guillermo Ordorica says all 50 Mexican consulates in the U.S. were instructed by the Mexican government to provide legal aid and create what are known as centers for defense. It's all in response to the increasing number of immigration raids by the Trump administration.
Because of narratives that have been running around all around the country, our people have expressed some fears about their condition in the country.
Norma says the consulate helped pay for legal services and petitioned the U.S. government for a stay of deportation. Having her kids taken by the government is something Norma doesn't want for her children. You guys don't want her to go, right? No matter what happens, Norma says she will return to the U.S. any way possible. After the interview, Norma called us to let us know that her petition to stay had been denied. Now she's just waiting to find out when exactly to turn herself in for deportation. Now, we asked ICE if Norma falls under Trump's priorities for removal, and they replied saying that they're looking into the case. On the Texas-Mexico border, Oscar Margain reporting.
Another warm day in East Texas, and things looking pretty good out there right now. Still kind of muggy, though, with that high humidity. 82 degrees currently at the studio, and we got a south wind. That'll be picking up tomorrow as a storm system out west gets closer to the area. Here's a water vapor satellite over the last 12 hours. Upper low spinning over New Mexico, and it's kicking off lines of thunderstorms through West Texas. You can see the severe thunderstorm watches and the tornado watch that's in effect, along with some warnings that are in effect for that part of the state. Now, East Texas, we've seen the cloud cover today, but that broke up a bit during the afternoon as things warmed up. Tomorrow, severe storm focus shifts to East Texas. We'll have an enhanced risk from east of a line from Palestine to Tyler to Mount Pleasant. The rest of East Texas will have a slight risk of severe storms. Thursday, Friday, Saturday look good. Then, Brian, another chance we'll have some rain starting on Sunday.
Thank you, John. Security work in public areas seems to be going to the robots. You thought I'd say dogs there, didn't you? We got a sneak peek at some new high-tech machines coming to North Texas, robots that help humans in their work to keep us safe.
Step away from the machine now.
The commands are authoritative.
Seriously, I said step away from the machine.
But what else would you expect from a machine tasked with keeping you safe?
In case you're wondering, I'm a security robot. Nice to see you here.
These are the K3 and the K5 Nightscope security robots.
This is meant to augment security service, and then as it's patrolling around, it's looking for anomalies using a number of sensors that it has on board.
North Texas native Stacy Stevens is with the California company that makes these robots. He says their range of use is wide and the popularity of them is spreading.
We have license plate recognition, so we can look for people who are criminally trespassing. We can look for terminated employees who may be coming to cause harm at a corporate campus. We can even look for predators, so people who may be trying to bring domestic violence into workplace.
And these robots are also equipped with 4 HD cameras and 1 thermal camera. And these cameras are constantly scanning all the time, 360 degrees.
The authorities have been notified of your presence.
It transmits data real-time to a hub manned by a human.
I think we're just going to see more and more automation complement our man guard programs.
Allied Universal, a large-scale security company, has now jumped on board to help deploy the use of these robots.
You'll see them rolling out in Texas this year,
which will be in public areas around town soon.
The makers of the robots say they won't replace people's jobs, just help them in accomplishing their tasks. Well, when you're in the hospital, sometimes comfort is hard to find. That's at the heart of a new strategy to help patients relax. Another robot with a lot of high-tech personality is lifting spirits at Baylor Scott and White Hospital in Irving. Yona Govino with our Dallas station shows us how it works.
Propped up on a hospital bed inside the critical care unit.
She raised her head for me.
Comfort just arrived.
Hi, Susie.
Susie's a 5-pound pain reliever.
Oh, yes.
As soon as she saw Susie, she just lit up.
Nurse Dorothy Dawes showed off her whisker-to-whisker grin.
The more that she's around people, the more she'll understand their voice.
She's plugged in with this pacifier and gets recharged. Plus, she can stay powered up for 24 hours.
It's therapy powered by robotics.
She warms me up.
Dawn Raymond's a dialysis patient. And on this day, she's missing her own pets.
Can't bring the 4 cats here, but I've got Susie here. And Susie makes up for that.
The flippered friend uses sensors to recognize and react to human sounds.
The goal of the study is to see if Susie will help decrease anxiety.
Even though it's animatronic, it's almost living. And it's making me feel a whole much better.
The healing touch of technology.
I've got tears coming out of my eyes.
Well, we're done with the robot portion of the show, but there's more. How about an 8-year-old boy stepping up and beating expectations? Literally. See what happens when this little guy is asked to perform with the local high school band. We'll introduce you to the young drumming sensation. Producer Libby guarantees you'll smile or will give you cash back. Speak for yourself, Lib.
Oh, yeah. it's crazy. I'm thinking, just knowing that the world is round and here I'm dancing on the ground. Am I right side up or upside down? Is this real or am I dreaming?
Tonight we're introducing you to one little drummer who is beating the odds. And as you're about to see, he's inspiring an entire school in the process.
Opening round, Boys State High School basketball tournament. Of all days,
Just this morning, yeah.
for a twisted ankle under your star player. Drumsticks clutched in his free hand that earned that entourage that frequently accompanies Thomas Bidney.
1, 2, ready,
The rock star status afforded an 8-year-old when he's playing in the Jackson County Central High School band.
Thomas is like a real inspiration to our whole school.
And why wouldn't he be? When the little drummer boy couldn't have started life much tinier.
The nurse looked at me and said, I think it's time to baptize him if that's what you want to do.
Too little blood flowing to Thomas's brain before he was born. Nearly a year in the hospital after.
How rough it was.
Thomas's parents knew their son
Here we go.
would face cognitive challenges.
Here we go. School's tough.
Challenges his twin sister will never know. But then Thomas's parents started noticing this.
He has the beat. Yep, he knows the beat.
That's Thomas drumming the national anthem on the roof of his toy barn.
Until we got him a drum.
Fast forward to last Christmas morning.
At first we just thought he was playing, and all of a sudden I said, Mike, he's playing the school song.
Yep, that school song. Thomas was soon playing with the high school band after his mother emailed one of his videos to the band director.
I just said, hey, why don't you come join us?
Erica Colby thought Thomas might be up for the Husky school song. But no one expected him to learn the band's entire playlist.
I'm a freshman this year, so I didn't really know the songs that well. He starts playing all the songs perfect, and we all just kind of look at him like, really?
The same schoolwork that's so hard for Thomas comes as easy to his twin sister Julia as a sip on that cool drink. But Julia can't do this.
I always wanted him to have something that was his, that he was good at, no matter what it was. Here we go. That he could just kind of fit in and be part of something, and I think the band is it.
To think how their son's life started.
It makes you feel good.
To think where he's standing today.
Oh, yeah.
Sprained ankle and all. Thomas Bidney is beating expectations.
Oh, that big smile on his face, huh? More on the way. Vanity plates can be a popular thing. Sometimes they're tricky, sometimes they're obnoxious and crude, and sometimes they really mean something to the person. So what happens when your license plate is your last name and your last name is Grab Her? Find out after the break.
Now I want to hoodwink. Does it make you stop, think? You'll think you're looking at Aquaman. I summon fish to the dish, although I like the chalet Swiss, I like the sushi, cause it's never touch a
KYTX CBS 19 Weather and Weather app are brought to you by Texas Spine and Joint Hospital.
Look, we get it. It cannot be easy going through life when your last name is Grab Her. One man in Nova Scotia, Canada, however, is fighting to keep that name on his license plate. He has a vanity plate reading Grab Her, made for his father in 1991 to honor their German last name, something he is very, very passionate about.
My father was a very proud man, and he always instilled in us that
that we should be very proud of her name. I'm sorry. And, excuse me, and this hurts.
The Nova Scotia Registry of Motor Vehicles has taken issue with it. Grabber got a letter informing him the plate would be canceled. In a state, they say, because people could, quote, misinterpret it as a socially unacceptable slogan. To keep his plates, Mr. Grabber may have to take his case to court. We'll keep you posted on this one. Well, coming up, some unusual addicts. What is going on with parrots and poppies? That has farmers really weeing out. It's coming up at 2.
Me and my big mouth.
Sweetheart. Polly wants something stronger than a cracker these days. A lot stronger. Wild parrots are raiding poppy fields in India to get high on the flower's opium. I can't make it up. The dope-craving birds will sit perched on trees until they see a poppy pod they like. The parrots, numbering in the 100s, then swoop down and nibble off the stalks. Once they have their fill, they sit on trees and sleep there for hours. Shocking. Some of them can be seen circling or staggering before falling from the opium overdose. The Indian government requires farmers to provide a pre-agreed quantity of opium annually for medicinal use. They say the drug-addled parrots are cutting into their earnings. Farmers have tried everything from firecrackers to beating tin drums and hurling stones, but nothing keeps these parrots from getting their fix. Oh my goodness. Just close your eyes for a minute. Imagine taking a stroll tonight on a white sand beach in Florida. Then you bump into something big and stinky. Was someone on the vacation with me? The end of the story on the other side of the break. It's National Weed Appreciation Day, but not this kind of weed. Check out what a Florida man found while walking on the beach in Daytona Beach. A huge bundle of marijuana rolled up like a giant cigar.
Roll me up and smoke me when I die. And if anyone don't like it,
Jeff Stolowitz posted photos of his discovery on Facebook. He says he was walking on the beach when he spotted the bundle. It had a red substance on it that he thought might be blood, so he called Beach Patrol. Officers say it was about 10 pounds of pot. Border Patrol is now destroying the cannabis cigar. Of course they're destroying it. With some Willie Nelson and 10 gorditas from Taco Bell, I'm sure. All right, that's going to do it for us. That's our time. For me, producer Libby, and the entire Edge Nation crew, thanks for watching, everyone. We'll see you tomorrow, same time, same Edge place, right here.
Roll me up and smoke me when I die. And if anyone don't like it, just look 'em in the eye. I didn't come here and I ain't leaving, so don't sit around and cry. Just roll me up and smoke me when I die.